This bag of jerky costs $32 a pound from my local grocery store. This bag right here cost me $22 a pound, and I made it myself. But the price is just part of the story. I'm not only comparing price, but I'm going to compare the ingredients, and I'm also going to compare the taste. Most importantly, I'm going to tell you which one I prefer to eat. So this bag of Tillamook teriyaki beef jerky is exactly half a pound, 8 ounces, and it cost me exactly $16, which makes it $32 a pound. I'm going to turn it around here, and on the back, we naturally have beef listed, and the second thing is brown sugar. And of course, the majority of all store-bought jerky is going to have sugar of some sort, whether it's honey, granulated sugar, or in this case, brown sugar. Next, we have a gluten-free soy sauce, soybeans, salt, more sugar, and flavorings including vinegar, cultured celery powder, blah, blah, blah. So, I can give you a quick look here at the ingredients list. I don't know if you can see that. The point is that this brand actually, in my opinion, isn't too bad. The ingredients list is relatively short. And when people buy this, they see this big thing up here, half a pound. What they don't realize is, at least what I think, is the fact that they're paying $32 a pound. And to me, that can be a little bit expensive. But I will say that this offers a level of convenience, and that's not to be discounted. This is my homemade version. It is not teriyaki, so technically I'm comparing apples and oranges, so to speak. But still, nonetheless, this is an Applewood salt with Applewood liquid smoke, and I think it turned out delicious. Now, this turns out to be $22 a pound. That's the finished weight of this. Now I'm going to put up on the screen here real quick the recipe for this. It's really, really, really simple. And the beauty is since I make it, I get to control the ingredients that I put into it. One of the ingredients you might notice is allulose. And that's a form of sugar, but it's a very, very friendly sugar when it comes to eating carnivore or keto. So that's and I use it in such actual small amounts that it's just in there as a cursory reminder of a little bit of sweetness. I'm not trying to make a sweet jerky. This right here is probably going to be very sweet. I have not tasted this yet. I'm going to do that here in a few minutes. This is heavy on the smoke side and does not contain a lot of sweetness, but it is delicious, and I get to make as much as I want for approximately 31% less as far as value goes. So let's have some fun with this. I made up a little scorecard here. Captain Carnivore Scorecard even says so. We got a category, whether it's store-bought or homemade. We're going to do price, ingredients, taste, convenience, and then overall. And then we're gonna select a winner. Anyways, let's get after it. All right. Let's open this bad boy up. I have not tried these before. Okay. Smells good. Okay, that's a pretty big piece there, so I probably won't eat the whole thing. Quite pliable. And let's tear off this piece right about here. All right, let's try it. It's chewy, of course. Definitely sweet. Now, I will say, it's got a good flavor. It's not real aggressive with flavor, but it definitely has a teriyaki background to it and some sweetness. And it's very, very, well, it's chewy. It's a very pliable jerky, very pliable. And it tastes pretty darn good. So let me get my markers out here, and I'm gonna do the gonna try a piece of mine here real quick. So let's open this up, and let's grab this piece right here. And as you can see, not nearly as pliable. All right, a little bit thinner. I can control how long I dehydrate this for. I'm going to tear off a piece. It's a little bit tougher. There's no sugar in it. No refined sugar. Okay. There's much more smoke. It's got a prevalent smoke flavor to it, which is kind of what I was going after. It is not a teriyaki, so I'm kind of making a comparison here that so it's not a teriyaki-based jerky, but it is a jerky. I did make it myself. And so let's go through the list here. Let's start off with price. I'll do the first one here. Price. And obviously the clear winner is the homemade. That kind of goes without saying. Ingredients. Now, this is a carnivore channel, so ingredients matter probably more than most things. So it's definitely going to be a green check mark for ingredients, because not only do I control them, I don't use very many of them. Now, taste. This is a tough one, because in all honesty, the teriyaki is quite delightful. And I'm actually going to give the winner of taste to the store-bought brand. Now, that may be kind of counterintuitive to what's going on here. That's not to say that the homemade jerky is not a bad flavor. It's actually delicious. But when you can throw in brown sugar and sweeten things up, let's be real. Okay, convenience. Convenience. This is an obvious win. The store wins almost every single time. Okay? Because you can just walk in, throw some money at them, walk out with a bag, zip it open. You don't have to make it. There's no preparation. It's one and done right there. As you can see, I kind of got a 50-50 split going on here. Now, overall, I'm actually going to I'm going to pick the overall winner of homemade, and I'm going to explain why. We're going to go there we go. Captain Carnivore Scorecard. So we actually have homemade as the overall winner, and that's not because I'm not belittling the store-bought brand. It's actually very, very good. And to be honest with you, it doesn't have nearly as many ingredients as I anticipated. But the thing is when you make your own homemade, and this is a recipe I developed, nothing really special. But the next time I make it, if I want to make it a little bit sweeter, if I want to make it a little bit smokier, if I want to make it a little bit sweeter, I might, add 25% more allulose to it. Or if I want to make it a little bit smokier, maybe I'll add another 25% more liquid smoke. I am in control of what I put into it. I can control how long I dehydrate it for. By the way, there's link below for some of the gear that I use. So when it comes down to the overall, a huge factor is the fact that I can actually control what goes into it, and I can make as much as I want. So if you've ever thought about making your own jerky, I've got more videos coming in regards to that, all the details. Now, I will tell you that it is the most unintimidating thing that you can possibly do. You do need a dehydrator. I shouldn't say you need a dehydrator. It's highly recommended that you have a dehydrator. It makes life so much easier. I know people have done it in their kitchen oven. I have not. I don't know how to do it, and therefore I wouldn't recommend it. But a dehydrator makes life so much easier, so much more consistent. And when you get a recipe that you really like, then you want to be able to replicate it. And you're going to need equipment that allows you to do that with a somewhat level of precision. And dehydrator does that. So here it is, Tillamook Teriyaki, Captain Carnivore's Applewood Smoke. They're both really good. If I was on a road trip and I hadn't taken the time to make my own jerky for the road, I probably wouldn't have too much of a problem stopping and getting some of this. Do I have a problem with the brown sugar? Of course I got a problem with the brown sugar. Things in life are not always perfect. But this is, in my opinion, not that bad of an option. I'm sure that there are other options out there that are maybe even better. Some of them are probably, or if not most of them, are probably worse. Now, you can, any convenience store or any grocery store, gas station is probably going to have a whole rack of this stuff. And you can spend a minute going through and kind of picking out which ones may have a better looking ingredients list. Or if you plan ahead, I highly recommend you make your own. I'll have some more videos coming soon, like I said, in the future soon, regarding how I go about making my own jerky. If you enjoy this content that I'm putting out there in regards to budget carnivore food and snacks, please consider liking and subscribing. Hit the notification bell. Mash all the buttons they tell you to mash. Guys, this is Luke, Captain Carnivore. Thanks for watching.